Hi, Chuck Vosburgh here. I'd like to show you a little bit about the work area in Photoshop. Like most programs on the computer, Photoshop has a toolbox over here on the left with a whole series of tools. And one thing I want you to notice on this is that almost all the tools have a little bitty triangle right here in the corner of them. And what that means is that you can click and hold down on that tool, and there are more related tools hidden in that square. So they all share that same spot. Now, you don't have to click right on the triangle. You can click anywhere on the tool. It's a click and hold down, and the related tools will pop up, so you can choose any of these. Now, this is one thing that's difficult at first in Photoshop, is kind of learning where these tools are. There's actually 53 of them, but the good news is, as a photographer, you don't need to know most of them. So as you work through these lessons, these are going to come to you with no effort whatsoever. Up in the top is what we call the options bar. And the nice thing about this is it's going to show whatever options are available for the tool that you happen to be using. So check this out. I'll click to this tool here, and you can see here it has all the options for that tool. That way you don't have to remember what's up here in the menus and where to find things. You change tools, it shows you what's available for you. It's just that easy. Now, we'll learn all these tools one at a time as we work through our lessons. Over here on the right, over here we've got a series of what Photoshop calls panels. And you might notice that they have little tabs up here to save space. So you can click on a tab and bring that one up. You can rearrange these things as you see fit. But one thing that I think is particularly helpful is under the window menu at the top of the screen, you can go to Workspace and choose Photography. And that'll set up your screen so it's got all the tools that are common to photographers. And I think this is a really great idea to do this. If there are any panels that are not showing up that you need to use, those are also under the window menu. Under Window, you'll notice they're all in here alphabetically. So if any of them don't show up, or if you accidentally close one, you can easily bring it back by going to the Window menu. Now, the first thing I'd like to show you about working with this is zooming in and out and navigating around your document. This is particularly important, so check this out. Down here in the bottom of the toolbox, we've got the Zoom tool. So I'm going to click on that to select it, and anywhere you click, it's going to enlarge. And you can get in pretty close on this. Up here in the top in the options bar, you can set it to zoom in or zoom out. Or if you're into keyboard shortcuts, you can hold down the Alt button on your keyboard and it'll make it the opposite of whatever happens to be set at. So zooming in and out, very simple. And when you're zoomed in and you want to just simply get it back to where it fits on the screen, right up here you can click Fit Screen, and that'll put it back to where you can see the whole picture right away. If you are zoomed in, you can go down here and use the grabber hand to grab this and move it around. This is much easier than using the scroll bars over here. So now that I've shown you that, let me click back on the magnifying glass tool so that Fit Screen is available right here. So I'll click Fit Screen, and I'd like to introduce you to the Navigator panel. Now, just so we can see it more clearly, I'm going to drag it out here and make it bigger. The cool thing about this is that if you're zoomed in, let me zoom in here a little bit, this little red box shows you what you're looking at here. And the thing that's nice about this is that sometimes when you're zoomed in, it's difficult to see where you are. So this gives you an easy reference. And watch this. If we really meant to be working over here, we can just grab this black box, or red box rather, move it over here, and there we go. Very simple, easy way to navigate around. A lot of people prefer this over using the zoom tool and the grabber hand. You're probably thinking, wow, this is really great. But wait, there's more. Watch this. Down here in the bottom of the navigator panel, see this little slider? We can use that to zoom in and out. Really simple. This navigator panel is a big time saver in my opinion. So let me grab this tab here and I'll just put it back where it was. There we go. Zooming in and out could not be any easier. Those are two things you need to be able to do right away, because when you're working on something in Photoshop, it's a good idea to zoom in so you can see what you're working on. So that's it for the very first lesson, and in the next one, we're going to learn a little bit about image correction.